I promised you guys that I would go through all of the pilot tactical abilities and show those off to you. At least the brand new ones, anyways. I'm not going to do all 7 of them, but I will show you the 2 new ones here. So we have Amped Wall and we have Phase Shift. I'll talk about Phase Shift first. This is an ability where after a short activation period, so you press Q or whatever your tactical ability button is, you have to wait like a half second or so, maybe less. I didn't actually time it, before you actually activate the ability. And once this ability becomes active, you are invincible and invisible for a short period of time. So you leave a small trail behind, so it's pretty easy to tell which direction you're starting to head once you activate this ability. So it's easy to predict where the person is going to come out of this ability at, and pretty much know the exact time they're going to come out because they are not able to vary that timing. Once they go in, they're in for a set amount of time. Period. End of discussion. So that's kind of how that's going to work. Now, I don't think that this is going to be an overpowered ability. I don't think it's going to be one that literally everyone and their mother is using, because all the tacticals in this game, for the most part anyways, barring a couple kind of crappy ones, are very, very, very good, very strong, and you're going to see a lot of variety in tacticals. Like, you're going to see Amped Wall and Stim and Grapple Hook and Phase Shift and all these other ones pretty often. The only one you're not really ever going to see is Decoy for the most part. But you'll use pretty much the other 6 very regularly. And I know this sounds like OP and disgusting on paper. Game & Sager and I both, had that conclusion like right away in the game. One of the first matches that we were playing, and we both realized that this ability exists and what it does, we started using it against each other, and it became impossible for us to kill each other. Like, I would shoot him 2 times, he would Phase Shift, then he would shoot me a couple times and I would Phase Shift. We go back and forth and just kind of give up after a little while. So is that a bad thing for the game? I don't know. It's absolutely impossible to say, having played it for like 3 hours and, for one day, right? Like, you need a lot more time to figure it out. It's still subject to balance changes, but I don't think that it's, like, insane right now. But I know that Drew, in particular, was getting real salty when I was using it, because he would like have a beat on me and I would just double Phase Shift and just completely run away, and he would have no idea where I am, where I'm going, and I would regenerate my health as soon as the Phase Shift ended, and he was just like yelling. He's like, "God damn it, Frothy, get back here!" Like, it was pretty awesome. So it's one of my favorite abilities because, at heart, I like running flags. I like running fast, moving fast, just traversing maps in fun, cool ways. I may not be the fastest player in the world. I may not be the best aimer or killer in the world, but I really enjoy just traversing maps quickly. And this ability allows me not to do that more quickly, but to do it more safely. So it's something that I enjoy quite a lot, and definitely has counterplay. For example, if you're in Phase Shift, if another person goes into Phase Shift, they can still see you. Like people that are in like the shadow realm of Phase Shift or whatever can see each other. But when you're in Phase Shift, you can't see any other actors in the world. You can't see pilots, grunts, titans, nothing. You only see an empty, barren map in black and white. So I'm sure that you've already seen that numerous times in the clips that I'm presenting here. I don't have any clips where I see anyone else directly in the Phase Shift, at least not to my knowledge. It was nothing that I acquired intentionally, so if I do happen to have any of that, it's a total fluke and I haven't noticed it yet. But seems like a cool and good ability. As for the other ability, Amped Wall, this is one that I was really bad with because I'm generally not a mid player. I'm generally not a long-range weapon player, but I'm trying it out in some of these clips here, so don't make too much fun of me. Like, I'm honestly trying to use it, but like it's got a long activation period. The wall doesn't just drop right at your feet like a particle wall, so you actually have to throw it out in front of you. So I'm like misjudging distances and putting it in bad locations where it's just not really that helpful to me. But here's like the theory behind it of how it's supposed to work when you're not garbage at the game like me, is when you put it down and you shoot through the wall, your bullets are amped. So basically, shooting through this wall is like having amped weapons activated on your gun. If you have amped weapons and shoot through the amped wall, you're not getting a double benefit. It's either your guns are amped, yes or no, and that's it. So Your carbine becomes more powerful, your G2A4 becomes more powerful, your snipers become more powerful, like your DMR, or yeah, your DMR, the DMR's in the game by the way, becomes a one-shot kill to anywhere on the body, hit scan weapon, which is pretty ridiculous. Respawn is watching that very closely because they're not really sure how they feel about that right now, at least some of the developers anyways. I can't speak for the entire team, but the couple people that I talked to, especially one in particular, was very cautious with having it work that way. But that's how it works in this build of the game right now. Your double take, again, one hit kill, just like if you had it amped. So it's a really powerful ability. It can be broken if you shoot at it, but I don't think that shooting at the wall itself will break it. I believe you have to shoot the little projector that's on the ground in order to break it, but again, I'm too bad at this game to have actually like done that and figured that out in the short time that I had with it to actually, try it. I'm not the fastest learner in the world, as you can see from a lot of my pilot gameplay here. I'm making very bad mistakes and dying a lot more than I should, not getting like the nice big beautiful kill feeds, but I'm also not whoring one or two weapons for the entire day and just getting good with those and trying to actually like work around with everything. So this is just the best that I have with the amped wall, so I'm sorry it's not great, but hopefully you guys get the idea from it. It seems like it could be really good. I don't know how it's going to play out in high-level competitive play yet because, well, I mean, I don't have to explain myself for that, right? Like that's just way so far down the road that we can't even evaluate that yet. But this kit has a lot of potential, but it does have some downsides, and that it has a long activation time, so it's not like an oh shit button like the particle wall is. And it has a very limited range in radius, and it's very like wide, right? It's not very tall, so anyone can just jump right over it and shoot you and not care that it's even there. So it's all stuff to keep in mind. Like maybe like crouching and walking into your shield is going to become very important to do at some point. I'm sure that'll be a thing, but I can only predict the metagame so much. So there's those two abilities. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and got a good idea of what the new abilities are and how they work. They're not crazy OP. They're very balanced from what I can tell from 3 hours of gameplay. Maybe I'm wrong, but right now they seem just fine. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed the clips and me getting shot a lot and dying a lot and generally being bad at the game. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care.